Hello everyone, this is Taryn with Wonderfully Made Handcrafting. I'm so excited to be back Bible journaling with you all. This is By the Will for God's first devotional since their move to Texas. It is called Give Praise to the Lord, and I am on day 12 today as I journal here. Now, usually what I do is I read through the whole devotional at least once, and then I kind of pick and choose what days I want to journal. So today is day 12. I am in Psalm 118, 22 through 23, which says, "The stone the builders rejected has become the cornerstone. The Lord has done this, and it is marvelous in our eyes." And so I've decided to use this little house journaling card. I had made a little note to myself as I was reading it because the cornerstone is the part of the building that everything has the foundation on. And so I thought that would be a fun little reminder. So I am doing a background just of distress oxides and some stamping here. I'm trying to decide between suffering servant and every blessing. Ultimately, I decide on the suffering servant one because it will be a little less busy. And yes, I am rubbing it on my arm because it takes off that kind of oily film on these stamps. So if it's your first time using a stamp, it's a great way to get a better impression. But it really doesn't matter for me because I'm just using it as a background stamp. I'm actually coming in with the same colors as the background. So some antique linen and frayed burlap. Just matters on where I'm putting it. So it'll kind of be, I don't know, definitely distressed. So I'm laying that down, and then I will come in and spray this with just some regular water. I really like how the distress oxides change once you add water. So I'm just pulling up some of that and you get all those yummy water droplets. So next I have this fun lace stencil. This is called Festive Lace, and I was so excited when I saw it. I also have this texture paste that is actually a white sand. And so I haven't used it that often. And so I was concerned because I think I remember when I use it, it kind of dries clear. And so I wanted it definitely to have some color. Usually texture paste will kind of grab onto the ink or dye below it and kind of pull up some of that color. But with this sand one, I was concerned it was going to do so. So I kind of dyed it with my frayed burlap on my little Glassboard Studio mat. And it comes right off. It cleans really nicely. And I was actually concerned because I was basically rubbing sand into my glassboard mat, and there are no marks from the sand being like scrubbed on the glass. So that was a positive as well. I am going to make sure this is nice and dry with my heat tool before I start layering everything on top. So I have this house. I also have this kind of vintage ephemera piece. This was actually from a kit that By the Will for God released, what was it? Last April, I believe it was. It had a bunch of different garden kind of themes and vintage kind of ephemera. I really loved it. And so I saved a bunch of the ephemera. I also have this verse card that says Cornerstone. Really liked that it said that, but also it was taking up a lot of space in this cluster. And so I ultimately decided to take it away from the cluster, but I will still use the word cornerstone. But I'm going to come in with my Dymo label maker right here and just spell out cornerstone myself. Next up is always texture. So you'll see, like the Cornerstone Diamond label, I have that texture going on, but I also wanted to include some lace or fabric. I really liked that first lace piece, but it was too white compared to all the other colors I have going on this page, and I just wasn't finding that perfect lace piece. But what I did find is this fabric piece. I don't even know where it came from, but somehow it got ink leaked on it, and so I decided that it would match perfectly with the browns of the roof of the house. And I also have this fabric piece that was from one of the bow clips. So right here I'm deciding how I want this fabric. I really like the leak on it, and so I want that to be a prominent piece of my fabric. And so when I put it on the right hand side of the house, I don't know, it just seems maybe a little bit lost. I wonder if it's because the house is a little bit closer to the right hand side of the page, or I'm not really sure. There's a little bit more breathing room on that left-hand side. And so at first here I also thought about maybe putting the fabric on top of the journaling card, but wasn't crazy about that either. But I kind of did both things. So I decided to put it on the left-hand side and kind of move my cluster around a little bit. But as you see here, I'm going to lay this down, make sure I can still see that brown leakage. But then I'm going to put that white polka dot on top of the vintage ephemera piece, and that is good for me. That way it doesn't look so forced, kind of the cluster. And then I will also add this cornerstone piece down as well after I glue everything down together. I will also add this little paper clip right here. This is from Tim Holtz. It's one of his mini clips. And I will also add some little splatters. I just got rid of a bunch of my distress sprays because I wasn't using all the colors, and some greens I just don't have the right greens for, but I do have them in my Daniel Smith watercolors. So you could also use a little paint card that came with your kit. But I just had this green all ready to go, and so I decided on this one. And so I just did a little bit of splatters that matched the greenery in that house journaling card, and drying it off really good before I glue this all down. I will use my Barely Arts glue, add a little bit of glue to that fabric as well, and I will place that down with my Dynamo label for Cornerstone. And then afterwards, it's just about peeling up that mint tape on the side. So I didn't get to talk about this before, but I really like mint tape to protect the other side of my interleave Bibles. It does great. It is from scrapbook.com. I do have an affiliate down below in case you want to use that. But it is a great saver for my Bible journaling pages because I don't love it when I get all the ink on the other side. So I will peel that up. It has almost like a washy glue or adhesive to the back, so it's very easy to peel up, but it does stick down nicely. So you'll see me here just pull that up. I just kind of brace it as well so it doesn't rip. And then I will highlight using my mild liner in beige. It is the best mild liner color, and add my date right here. My date stamp ran out in 2025. I have to get a new one. But here it is. I hope you enjoyed this process video. Let me know down below what you are doing with this By the Well for God kit. Bye guys.